Hey there team, and welcome to a Siege of Tol Falas here. This is my siege battle. Okay, why did I call it Dol? I must have meant to say door instead of doll. Okay, cool. Yeah, anyway, sorry for the confusion there. This is me sieging alongside, quite a few other attackers. It's an excitement for all of us. This was a battle I did a little bit of time ago by now, I think. Got my Marquindi bows, Elvelyn marksman there, Keldrin River Patrol, then more Marquindi bows. I've taken some lumbermen today, which is a bit out of character for me, but I thought, hell, you know, let's grab them. Alongside some Nandor Glade Guard, then basically, all in essence, all the Nandor Glade Guard is a lumberman with fancy clothes and pointy ears. That really is all it is. I will not accept any answers to the contrary. We've got Elvelyn Vine Guard there next to them, some villain infantry, and of course the beautiful fucking Hammer Guard. And that's where I put my general to give this nice sword some AP. Now, as I always do in Tol Falas, especially when I always seem to spawn in this position. I like to split my army round about in half, got half going to the right, and a chunk going to the left to assist in the push across Death Valley. I got my Marquindi pikes here. Oh, a little freeze there. My Glade Masters there. I like to put, because Dorwinion as a human general, I just like to put him in with the humans rather than with the elves. With his Glade Guard, Glade Masters. Got some Glade Guard there too, and Keldrin River Patrol. Then Elvelyn Infantry and some Elvelyn Marksmen. To my left, I have an evil army of Ellipsis there. He's got his runic men, so he's got Camel's Chosen, and that's where he's put his general today. Solid choice. Loke Gamprim and more Gamprim. Then Gamprim there, triple Gamprim. Flagrim, and Baltroth Tribesman. No armor upgrade for the boys today. And some no armor upgrade for the Eastron Clansmen either. That's quite rare. Crossbows and more crossbows. But yeah, just a lot of numbers. Some hidden units, no doubt. Brotherhood unit, not Brotherhood units, sorry, frick. Guildsmen, maybe? No, maybe not. Just all around quality with those clansmen there just to provide some numbers. To my right, I have Umbar by Rhun. So he's got sentinels, then pikes there. Armor upgrades for the boys? No, not today. Well, maybe actually. Then, armor upgrades for the Beliketh Axe Guard though. And then some Alcaronas Legion. Beliketh Marksman there, again armor upgraded, played the same way as I do, that's good to see. A Dunheim Shield Guard and a Dunheim Shield Guard, lots of a Dunheim Shield Guard, and the Warlords of Umbar. I think it's a good idea to take a cavalry unit when you're on the attack in Tol Falas. You can do some damage with them inside the fort, and also the enemy can do some damage outside the fort. So a knight unit, especially something as good as the Warlords of Umbar, is a nice choice. Don't overdo it though. We've got Gothmog here, so he's got his Black Bolt and his Riders of Orthanc. So great little crossbow, mounted crossbow units, so they can get some shooting over the heads of their allies. Bane Guard there, Spear Guard out front, then half orcs of course. Dunlanding Veterans and Dunlanding Veterans. He's playing as Dunland of course. Then the Axe Throwers, Bandits. Oh hell, yeah, there's gonna be there'll be a grace, but we'll stick at 0.1 speed until we're done with our 0.3. Hey, let's play fast and loose. Bandits there too. Zooming off here, the last on this side is another evil army, Son of the Dunedain. He is playing as the Gobos of Moria today. Lots of his forces just appeared. The Snaga Horde alongside the Archer Heavy Goblin Horde. Warg Skirmishers, solid. I like that. I just like this that snow trolls can hide. I don't know, I like snow trolls. Then Blackback Mountain Berserkers and Cave Troll Drummers. Let's just make sure. I'm sure it is. Yeah, good. Just checking to make sure that my fan was not too quiet. Heavy Goblin Spears and Gobble Infantry. Nothing else. A nice purple tinge in the distance. We'll ignore that. That is all the attackers. Yeah. So I am the only. So what I kind of wanted to do here was an evil Dorwinion. You know, I don't know. Maybe I should have just played as an evil faction, but hey, it is what it is. Over here on the defense, we have a Marshal of the Gar. So he's got Seafarers of Nindamos, some Steel Bowmen, Royal Legion of Menelaus, Royal Numenorian Cohort, and Farzim Nobles, Royal Guard, or yeah, let's go up to 1 time speed. We should be fine. Shield Guard there, and Anything fancy? Yeah, lots of shield guard and sword masters. Anything coming across here? Nope. We don't really see people hiding things up here anymore. People really, you know, they've gone against that, which I understand. It's always risky to do. But yep. Then Trebuchet and oh, this is Torbjorn. So he's got his Trebuchet and he's got his Mounted Company of the Dunedain, or sorry, Mounted Company of Dunedain. Dunedain Mounted Company. Third time lucky. Rain is really coming in hot today. Then the Numinous Gate Guard. 2 units? Ah, interesting. 2 units of a Numinous Gate Guard. Not bad idea. Not bad idea. Then the Peacekeepers there. Dismounted Knights of Numinous and Dunedain Peacekeepers. Arthedain. Pikemen and more pikemen there with that armor upgrade. Good to see. Down here. Cotton. Playing as the Dwarves of Erebor today. So he's got Ironfoot Spears, Ironfoot Halberdiers, Legionnaires, Axe Guard of Erebor, the Nobles, Obsidian Guard, Axe Guard, Crossbows, Spears, Crossbows, anything fancy, Dragon Slayers, Sons of Durin. A lot of elite units for the Dwarves, but when you, and Ironfoot Hammer Guard. When you've got Dwarves on the defense, that's kind of what they do, you know. So we do have a bit of grace in order to let them shuffle around. Let's find a nice snug position just to hang out, just hanging out. So grace is always a dicey proposition when you're a defender. You can always get some use, well, it basically just means that you can't really use your cavalry to charge down the enemy, but it does mean that you can move around safely. You can, you know, as you can see, the Fires of Nobles are positioned here. It does look like he's going to be able to do something with them, but we're going to be able to watch them. We're going to be able to sort of block them in. Because during a grace, the attackers are always going to move forward. You can't expect the attacker to just sit back and do nothing. You've got to just, we can't just sit there. And that also means that we're gathering together. We've got the Mounted Company advancing forward. Maybe this is a very short grace period. But yeah, still, since I'm splitting my army in half, and backing up my allies here, I'm looking at them to sort of look after me a bit. If I do get focused down by Cav. But I do have my Vine Guard too, to keep me safe. Yeah, maybe I should have just gone a straight up normal evil faction. There were no like rules or anything, but I like to think of Dorwinion as you can push them to be neutral. Same as Numenor, you can kind of play them as a neutral faction. So you can be evil if you want. I kind of like the idea of like a fallen elven attack force here. Lumbermen, just basically, you know, humans that are fighting alongside these fallen elves for whatever reason. But yeah, Marshall is getting his boys back on in here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a bit of a grace, as they're being wary though of us with their cavalry. Mounted Company's an interesting choice. Yeah, because they don't really have a great charge value. They really are an anti-cavalry unit. But still, having them is, you'd rather have them not. But I'm surprised he didn't take a unit of knights. Oh, there's probably some rangers hiding, dotted about, but no doubt somewhere. But we can't really see them. Do we see any like shadow guard from the Numenorians? I didn't actually see them. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't have many rangers on the field today. Many body-piercing boys. But still, that's them continuing to shuffle around. Shields Guard blocking up those bridgeways. Yeah, I'm just forming up behind Rhun, just to... Because if we're coming across here, this is a role that I quite like to play. I either like to do everything by myself, like pick a side and be like, I'm totally alone here, leave me to it. Or I like to do this, where I basically have taken a large section of my army and just separating them out, and to play like a supporting role. These guys are getting really close. I think that the grace is over. Yep, I think we've got grace finishing up. Now, yep, we definitely do. Oh, yeah, Grey Company tried to be sneaky here, Torbjorn, but we got him with our Spear Guard. This is going to be very bloody if they can't get these guys out, because a Grey Company, without being able to use any of their ammunition, they need to move though, dude. The Warlords of Umbar are here. Grey Company are not terrible in a fight and up against other cavalry, but up against the Warlords of Umbar, that's going to be a massacre, and that's a massive win for us right off the bat, just disabling that unit of Warlords. It's not Warlords, sorry, of Grey Company. Even if a few of them make it out, but it looks like they were entirely cut to ribbons. So that's a shame. Terrible shame for the Grey Company there. Warlords of Umbar not really taking much damage, and Spearguard, any losses the Spearguard took is negligible. You know, like, doesn't matter to us. But all of that chaos has led to the Farazim nobles escaping. I was not able to really lock down that passageway, so the nobles have run off. Now, of course, I'm chatting the shit in the chat. You know, hey, look, get something sorted out with this, because I was a bit scared that the Farazim nobles were going to run over here and just start slamming into us. But we do have crossbows. Camel's Chosen would be a frightening thing to charge. Of course, not a great charge on the Farazim nobles, but that high attack value as standard means that they don't really need a great charge value. It's the same thing with Melkor's Chosen and such. You know, they might not have a great charge, but they've got such a huge attack value. They can do all the good. They can do a lot of damage all the same. These Dragon's Wrath Guildsmen, yeah, we have seen them now. So we're running off. Nice hidden boys, but they would have known there was something hiding there. I'm trying to get my river patrol over there. I'd be happy enough to throw a javelin volley right into these noblemen's face. I'd be fine with that, but yeah, what are they going for? Sapphire Bladesmen have popped up, yeah, so there's quite a lot of hidden units amongst Rhun. Yeah, he picks up real quick. The Gamp-Rim, there's a lot of nasties here, so he pulls on back. But it's still... Oh, no, he's not pulling all the way back. I'm running in there. I'm hiding behind the Gamp-Rim right. Ellipsis is doing an amazing job here at keeping me safe, so I'm very grateful for that. And I've got my pikes trying to answer to this. The Flagrim do receive a charge there, and they get dropped down to 106. Oh, 105 even. Not the most brutal charge in the world, but pretty unpleasant. Pretty unpleasant, because Flagrim are not bad boys. I get a quick volley at them with my Keldron River Patrol, but being multiple hit points, they're going to be alright. They're going to be able to take quite a few volleys of that. One of them did go down, though. So we did lose a lot of Gamp-Rim, but we've hurt those boys. And now the Warlords of Umbar are here. Now, the Warlords of Umbar, they will lose this, but Farazim nobles have taken a few mace hits. They've taken a javelin volley, so a lot of their hits, few of their hit points will be gone. And the Warlords of Umbar did also get off a charge against them. This is really cool, kind of fallen sons of a great Numenorian empire, and battling against the prime warriors, the prime mounted warriors there. But I was so shocked at how well the Warlords of Umbar did here. Usually when you've got these elite melee cav, they really put knights through the blender. But no, the Warlords of Umbar showing their worth and taking them out relatively efficiently. Do I have anything? No, I've got nothing running over there. I just didn't want to risk it. I probably should have just had the pikes running on over. The Gamp-Rim are keeping us safe enough. I probably should have assisted Duran, but no, Duran didn't need it. And no, that was a good move from him. Yeah, that was an accident. I had these guys chasing them, and I was like, oh, yeah. So I have them running on back, but whoopsie daisies. Just sort of absent-minded. It's not an absolute, it's not a bloodbath, and actually the Warlords of Umbar are losing that. So I probably should have, run my pikes over here, just to help them finish this off. But still, this was a fight that I expected the Warlords to get sliced to pieces, and they've traded quite effectively, which is very nice for us. But still, it does mean that we don't have that unit of knights later on. Maybe these Warg skirmishers from Sun could have run on over, but they're there for their javelins, really. You don't want to just see them get cut to pieces for no good reason in melee. If they were Warg riders, that's a different story entirely. Warg skirmishers coming on forward now, though, and jeepers sake, if you can get some volleys right into the face of these Numinous Gate Guard, that is exactly what you want. Oh, that's kind of cool. Just make sure I'm taking some pictures so that I don't accidentally get through the full battle and realize, oh shoot, I've not grabbed a single one. Yeah, we'll try and get something like that later after the real clash occurs, but if Sun can get some jabs right into these unshielded men's faces, then that's great. No matter what your armor value is, a javelin is AP in Reforged anyway. Not quite the same, been playing a lot of Divide and Conquer recently, and it's always kind of like, oh crumbs, is this an armor-piercing javelin or not? But yeah, jeepers, that fight is still going on. Some real kings of mounted units here. 4 Farazim nobles left, though. They'll probably be able to kill another 1 or 2 of these warlords, but no, they're almost done now. So these warlords will have lost quite a lot of their they're only 2 hit points each, but they will have no doubt lost a few hit points among them. So it doesn't matter as long as we can keep them charging, though. then that's good. Yeah, they deserve to celebrate that. That was something I was really shocked to see, and I'm really chuffed with. So, good move from Duran. Thank you very much. I probably should have helped you somehow. You know, don't know, just send the pikes over. Really should have sent the pikes over. But, whoops-a-daisies. Live and learn. Either way, moving the Elvelyn marksman up to begin skirmishing at the Valley of Death. The issue here is Ellipsis has most of his ranged power in javelins and crossbows, and that's exactly what we want for fighting dwarves. But the problem is javelins and crossbows don't really skirmish too well. But you know who does skirmish very well? Elvelyn marksmen. Massive armor value on them, even though they don't have a shield like a lot of Western, like you know the Cardlin archers. They're those Minheriath archers, but they're still heavily armored, so they can fight quite nicely in a skirmish engagement. Crossbows, and to be honest, if Erebor wants to use their crossbows on my Elvelyn marksman, have at it, brother. You know, you do it. You open right up on me, please. Anyway, Son of the Dunland is over here, unleashing his jabs right on these Numinous Gate Guard, and that's awesome. 71. Drop them down to 71 men, and a few of them will be quite badly damaged as well, in addition to that. Men-at-arms here, heavily armoured men-at-arms. Decent little armour value on them as standard. They've received... Oh, that's just the one unit. That's just the one armour value upgrade that they've received there. Yeah, they just look like the archers. They don't have the massive pauldrons or anything. They'll gut these warg skirmishers quite nicely in melee, though, and the half-orc spear guard too, they'll cut through them as well. A lot of people really do have an issue with the Arthedain men-at-arms. They really do sort of feel they're a bit... It's not that they're not powerful, it's just they're not cost-efficient. For how much they cost, they don't really do as good a job as you need them to. But, as long as you're careful with them, they're pretty solid. And in a defense where your money is kind of flowing, then yeah, they can get the job done. Good little few arrow shots into the spear guard, but to be honest, the spear guard are kind of ready for that. They do have a decent amount of armor. They've got that shield. They're kind of there to kill cavalry at the end of the day. So if we lose them to arrow fire, it is what it is. They're exposing their backs to the enemy though, and they might end up breaking here. No, they're holding. They're holding. I thought that rear charge might have been very bloody, but Torbjorn is arguably overextending here. He does need to get back. You know, like you see this happen quite a lot. But yeah, I get my archers over here. Now, what am I going for? Am I going for the Numinous Gate Guard or opening fire? Are we seeing archers? Yeah. So I'm hitting the right side of these. I'm hitting the right side of the Numenorian cohort, so their shields are not coming into effect, and I'm hitting the right side of the Numinous Gate Guard, who have no shield. Now the problem is my arrows are very low damage, so you know that's just what the humans are for Dorwinion. They don't do much damage. They survive for a very long time, so it is what it is. I was happy enough with it though, because you don't usually get such great shots on a unit like the Numinous Gate Guard. So even if I only end up doing a bit of damage to them and killing a handful, it is what it is. We do have that main clash occurring. Oh yeah, let's try and see about a picture now. Something like that, looking over the shoulders of the Numinous Gate Guard as the orc men clash against them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I can roll with that. Over here, I don't think we're going to be pushing the... Ooh, Gabbrim are already there. They've taken some losses on the advance. This is definitely a unit I would want to be firing my crossbows at. But, nothing, no range units are down here. He really has put all of his range units up on top of this hilltop. And, yeah, that means that when we do get down there with our forces, we're safe. So I should be a bit faster there. You know, I should be backing him up and following his cues. This is Ellipsis's attack. I'm just backing him up. So the whole thing with that is I need to be backing him up properly. I like to have guys standing on these bridges. I do like to move across the bridges, but I don't like to move across the bridges until we are gaining some good ground on the land bridge. But you still need to kind of show that you're willing to. Like, I'm just keeping these 3 units of shield guard just staring at me. And he's got to keep forces here. He can't just think that we're never going to cross the bridge. The only reason that I don't like to cross the bridge is just because of how beautiful that bloody hilltop is to blast you as you walk across the bridge. You just get massacred. But yeah, Numinous Gate Guard doing alright. That slope is no doubt going to be hurting them, but they're holding well. and they're just butchering the veterans and the spear guard willy-nilly. Banditos, taking fire, actually, taking a lot of fire. Arthedain marksmen, definitely a worthy use of their ammo. Dunland rangers, though, from Torbjorn, a bit of, you'd want to hold fire. Don't be going on that right now, not when they're spread out like this. But all the same, they're using all of their jabs, and they're getting it into the Numinous Gateguard, which is awesome. That's great, great, great stuff. They don't have many javelins, mind you, but when they've used up their jabs, they're just a little men-at-arms just jumping on in there. So it's fair enough. Behind them, Balakith marksmen. I always take far too many Balakith marksmen just because I like them as a unit. As we've seen in the Asgiliath battle, didn't really need as many as whoop-ah. Look at that, boys. Look at that. Oh no. Oh no. That's a bit rough. So that's from the Treb, not the catapult. Shield guard, okay. At first I thought they were sentinels, and I was like, holy smokes, that's a rough loss. But yeah, Duran is going to be spreading out. He's not going to let that happen again. Merquindi bows now coming on forward. I think are my marksmen. Yeah, my villain marksmen are out of ammo, so I'm moving them around to the land bridge, replacing them with a more powerful archer. But I kind of want to save the ammunition of these guys because it's important poison ammunition. And that can hopefully scare the enemy away. I don't really want to be using it willy-nilly. Oh, I say that as I use it willy-nilly. Let's go see what we go for. Do we just open up on the main line? Right, okay. See. Oh, right. So, good thing about this. The friendly fire hits I get are hitting the enemy, are hitting my boys in the left side. So, the shields are helping, whereas, as I said at the start, we're hitting the enemy on the right. Issue is, their guys have much better morale than our guys do. Those spear guard and the Dunlanding veterans shake in there. And I'm not doing that again, am I? Don't do it again, because I'm going to end up breaking this front line. Please don't do this, Ryan. I don't think I do. Nope, you're seeing it. Yeah. I go into surely not Numenor, men-at-arms? Or archers. I think I'm shooting the... Yeah, Sun asked me to shoot the archers. Not usually something I would do, but I was like, fuck it, you know. If they want me to do it, I'll do it. So I opened up on the archers. Not really something I like to do, though. Oh, no, sorry. Am I going for the Treb? Because I... Yum. Is that what I'm going for? I think it is. I think I'm mucking about with Treb. No, maybe not. Oh, well, holding fire anyway. For now. Keldon River Patrol. I got my Hammer Guard just waiting, and my Pikes, and my Glade Guard. And my Lumbermen, too. Let's say this was the first time that I brought Lumbermen in a really, really long while. Our high-value... poor high-value Umbar force are taking a bit of a beating here. But Balakith marksmen there, out of their ammunition, coming on forward now. My Elvillian marksmen coming on forward too. Nice armor value, so those pikes are going to be bouncing off us. Certainly not, but you know, we can dream that. And I'm getting stuck on in. Good bit of fire here, because we have gotten the crossbows forward now, and we've managed to mince into those Ironfoot pikes. And it's Erebor legionnaires too, who were standing in their way. It's tough to counter this. The problem is, I think Cotton needs some archer assistance from one of his human allies over here. This is a real problem for Erebor on the defense. They don't have any archers. They only have crossbowmen. So countering our crossbows, or countering our archers in this case. Oh, those clansmen do have an armor. They've got one single level. That's quite rare. You usually see it's all or nothing. But yeah, so Cotton is coming forward, and he's going to be clashing up against these Gamprim and Pikes. Well, sorry, and the clansmen, and that's going to be too much for us. Well, too much for him. He's getting quite aggressive here, really. But yeah, no, Cotton needs some assistance with this. He can send some infantry across in exchange for some archers, perhaps. But yeah, oh, good. So yeah, I was opening up on the Trebuchet team. Yeah, and I'm still doing that. How effective is this fire? Not super duper effective. I'm hitting. But, of course, my dream was, since I'm shooting at them with poison arrows, if I kill off a few of them, they might end up just being like, oh no, I'm scared. And then they run off. You know? And I'm like, yes, beautiful. But no. It's going to be a few more losses before they consider running. What we got? Bulk at the main line there. The Shield Guard are doing a bit of pushing now. The Balakith Shield Bearers, as we've seen recently, with that massive, mass upgrade, massive mass, they may. Just like, they could be blitzing right through this. The shield guard, I don't usually like to take the shield guard for pushing like this. I kind of like to just use the shield guard as a more defensive unit. Which on the attack, you're like, why do you need a defensive unit? But sometimes you just need to send a unit forward that you know you can have in melee with a front line, and they'll just be locking that front line in place. They'll not be killing anything, but they'll not be dying. And the shield guard are great for that. And again, mentioned it in the last Silmarillion battle about battling on the walls. I battle on the walls for a distraction, so I will like to put my shieldmen up on the walls just to be like, hey, look at me, poke, 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 you know, and being safe, because they're quite defensive. Anyway, we are seeing these poor Arthedain pikes getting eviscerated by our jabs. So we're at 11 for 14. Now, normally, as an attacker, you can be very, very pleased with something like that. And we are. We are most certainly very pleased with that. But we have been pouring ammunition into the enemy. This is kind of an inverse situation. Normally, the defenders are the ones that pour ammunition into the attackers. Today, however, because of the armies that we brought, because of our compositions we brought, we've really been unloading ammunition onto them. And it's going to get pretty dicey if we continue to do that without making some real infantry gains. It looks like these shadow bows have maybe been ordered straight across. Hopefully Ellipsis catches on to that. He might be sending them around to us to engage there, but he might not. It might be an accident. Either way, Erebor Legionnaires, they'll fight to the end, of course, but up against the armor-piercing value of both the Shadow Guard and the Gamprem, they will go down. And of course the swarms of clansmen, who have been cut to ribbons already, actually. But what's left of them should stand. There are those Hammer Guard there, so when this Gamprem line does start to weaken, that could be messy. And as we can see here, yeah. So we've used up all of these crossbows. Do we have... we've got no crossbows there. Any more some more crossbow ammunition here though, but that's a full unit of crossbows we've poured into the dwarves, and although we've killed quite a few, it's a worry. Elven marksman here, just not really got a target for us. You know, the only thing I'd be wanting to do with my Elven marksman is try to tease out enemy shots against me, especially up against the dwarves. I'm not shooting dwarves with my Elven marksman, so I take down the trebuchet team to 28, but not really worth anything, unfortunately. A little bit sad, because they can still use both weapons within numbers. But we're seeing the snow trolls coming on in. We are seeing the drummer trolls too coming forward, which means that there is probably an orc horde to follow. Goblin infantry will be able to stand their ground a little bit longer. Snow trolls should be blasting right on through those Numinous Gate Guard. Very swift, those snow trolls. Oh, they're running away. They're pulling back. Nice little just tease them. Just be like, hey dude, we could do this. We could come in. Merquindi bows, I want to fire into this blob, but the problem is I'd cause my allies men to rout. Good little spot here for the Trollshaw axe throwers, or I suppose in this case they wouldn't be from Trollshaw, they'd be just various Dunlanding axe throwers from the mountains. Coming into rain some hell into the right side. No, this is right into the front. That's right into the front of the Numinous, to the Numenorian cohort. They'll be able to shrug off that axe damage quite nicely because of their shield value and the armor value that they have, and the lack of armor piercing from those axes. Massive damage, low armor piercing. Well, no armor piercing. Gotta be careful with those Hammer Guard because we do have the Gamprem still. They're weakened, but they are still around. 14 for 20, so we're doing okay, doing a-okay. Jabs still stand, not many of them, but still some. I'm coming on forward with my jabs now too. Baltroth jabs. They've got a shield, right? I'm not mistaken when I say that. No, oh no, they don't even. I thought Baltroth jabs had a shield for some reason. Oh, they do. Just those corpses, obviously. Oh well, obviously the shield didn't work if they didn't keep them alive. Elven infantry there, prepping, ready to go. More Elven infantry coming forward. Got my Glade Guard hiding, and my Glade Masters not hiding. Just chilling out, and the pikes prepared and ready, just in case they do manage to slip a cavalry unit around us very quickly. They shouldn't, though. Oh yeah, shoot. I should, Tol Falas is really good for this. Oh, well, that was a little bit disappointing. But I'll try to jump around the map a bit like that, because it does look pretty cool, right? Does look good. Arthedain pikes coming forward to try and stab us all back into the grave, but quite badly beaten because the amount of crap we've thrown at them. That's quite a nice shot too, actually. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, jeepers sake, lots more stuff getting thrown at these poor guys. Seafarers are the guys that are taking that in the chin. Not the... I'd be okay if my seafarers were taking that sort of beating. You do want to use the seafarers in melee. I'm shooting at the seafarers too with my Merquindly bows, but they can take a bit of a beating, and also they are there for their jabs. But you want them in melee after, which they're jumping on in now. Oh, jeepers sake, hammering those poor boys, absolutely hammering them. Sanaga, yeah, you see, all of us, we've all got so many throwing units. My Kildren River Patrol are out of ammo, so it's looking good. It is looking great, but these Trollshaw axe throwers are running out of ammo now too, and it's just getting pretty scary. Snaga skirmishers here, they long since ran out of ammo and they've been jumped into melee. So it's, do we have enough? We've got so many ranged units to weaken them, to hurt them, but then do we actually have the infantry to finish the job? That is where the fear is. Gamprim standing here again, mixed in with some unarmor upgraded clansmen. These guys are not quite as lucky as their predecessors, but the Shadow Guard are bulking that line up. And another aggressive defensive action here, but now with a more full unit of pikes. We've not been able to do anywhere near as much damage to it. Crossbows, ooh, no, interrupted. Jabs though, not interrupted from these Balchoth tribesmen, or Balchoth, Balchoth, either one. Eastern boys. Pikes beat halberds. That's just the natural order of things, I'm afraid, for the Easterlings. They can get outranged even by these little stunted dwarves, but and they'll get kept back at arm's reach. Doesn't matter if you've got armor piercing if you can't stab them with your armor piercing spear. Yeah, damn. I just feel Cotton needs support, and we've got some stuff in. It's all infantry though. Yeah, but still, I feel maybe some support would be required over at Cotton's side, and it's just not there. It's just not around, boys. It's just not around. But yeah, Elvillan marksmen up in the face of these boys. This is the same unit. This is my only unit of Elvillan marksmen over here on this side of the battlefield. The Dunam Shadow Bows, they are kicking about. That's good to see. Men at Arms coming up to shore up the line. Pikes are still standing, still keeping us back. And trolls lurking around. A few bloody trolls, but like, jeepers sake, if they want to shoot at the trolls, they can. They've actually got a shield value, those little snow trolls. Tiny, tiny shield. Little buckler that they've got on their wrist. But hey man, it helps. It's just keeps them feeling a bit sturdy to arrow fire. And yeah, you see, this is maybe the time that I could come across, but the problem is all of my damage dealing units are my elves, the Nandor guys, and they've just got such a low armor value that, like, it would be rip in peace. Even like the Royal Guard would tear them apart to fire. So I need to pick my moment. And I'm still just funneling troops into the mountain, well, the land bridge. But we've got almost, well, we've got 8%, almost 10%. Oh damn it! I was gonna jump. I'll try to remember to jump around. I've not done any jumping around in so long. Finally got my infantrymen over here though, and those bloody hammer guard. Now, do we have crossbows? Crossbows, open up! Get those hammer guard dead before they butcher my poor river patrol. But this would be a great point to just try and either do a lot of damage to them or fully massacre them. I've got my Elvillan marksmen opening up on these dwarves, but they've got such a high armor value, they will be shrugging off that damage. I'm okay, to be honest, for an extended fight. I'm not scared about my Keldrin River Patrol running away from that. So if I can just slice them down bit by bit, then that's okay. That's totally fine. And now when they're running away, oh god, they've really minced into the little corner of my force there. Don't chase them. I might be out of ammo. That might be why I'm running. Oh yeah, this was kind of risky. I sort of came around and tried to flank around the back of that line, but in doing so, I've exposed myself here. So I tried to charge the hammer guard before they get to charge me. But he really could. Cotton could just run away there and then come in for another charge. Axe guard running on forward now. Elvillan infantry just trying to really overwhelm them there, really just get all up on top of them, these poor dwarves, and just swamp on through. there are reinforcements. It just depends what he wants to do. We've seen recently a lot of battles. The defenders don't actually hold that mountain pass. They hold this choke point and they hold that choke point, and that allows them to shoot down from above into the backs of their enemies. I like that. It's not really the way that I like. Well, it's not as fun for me as it is to just like hold that main first choke point, but it's very effective. And maybe it's what Cotton should have done in this case, just kind of closing the gap, because we did have that ranged power over it. Whoop. What's he like going for? I don't know what his target was there. Surely wasn't the Cave Troll Drummers. Either way, like if you hit a few of those snow trolls, that's a worthy hit. That's a worthy hit. No, yeah, it is what it is. Goblin infantry actually getting pulled back out of the fight. Okay, I think that was maybe just a little misclick or something. They seem to be getting ordered back on in now. Alcarondas Legion, pretty competent at going toe-to-toe with the Numenorian guys here. To be honest, that shield guard AP though from their spears, like high quality spears that don't have AP, what even is the point in that? You know, like who uses those guys? No, I do. I use the Numenorian shield guard. Sorry, not the Numenorian shield guard, the Arthedain shield guard. Damn, I keep forgetting to fly around. I'll try to remember. Ironfoot Spears. Who's opening it? Is that me or is that him? No, that's him. I don't know about that, because they're kind of just made to take the fire. Of course, you're seeing all these poor Kelduin guys just getting eviscerated there. Infantry, just getting them around the flank like that, trying to just butcher them. I probably shouldn't have just had them sit there though. I need to do something with them, because somebody could be standing there and they could be throwing something into the fight. I don't know why I'm just sitting there for so long. Oh well, once again, overwhelming the dwarves. Doesn't matter how good your armor is, how good your defensive skill is. If I can, get 5 guys around you, then well, I outnumber them 2 to 1, and I outnumber them 2 to 1 with a decent quality unit. The Elvelyn infantry are really quite good. Axe guard though tearing through me. Being a human, being a skilled swordsman, I do have some defensive skill. But I rely primarily on my armor value. So yeah, these big swinging axe strikes from the Axe Guard of Erebor, they will be breaking into the Elvelyn infantrymen quite efficiently. Oh, some more Gantbrim, some fresh, pretty fresh Gantbrim and Flagrim coming in to back us up. Yeah, that was an unpleasant little charge that I just took right in the face of my Elvelyn infantry. But the Gantbrim are coming now to free us. Yeah, Ellipsis is doing quite a smart thing, just pulling his Flagrim back behind the Gantbrim. I'm doing a rather dumb thing by pursuing. So that is going to stop the Hammer Guard from being able to get a charge on me. I am seeing sense in pulling back, though, behind the Gantbrim line. Yeah, which is sensible. There's no point in me just having my infantry uselessly clack against the heavy armor of these Axe Guard when we still have arrows and bolts from our crossbows to fire. Damn, it's raining all the way through this battle, isn't it? I don't, yeah, I wish you could control the weather in Medieval 2, but you just can't. It's just sometimes just going to be a damn this weather sort of situation. Up here, yeah, Royal Guard opening up on my Marquindi bows. A bit upsetting, because I quite like the Marquindi bows in melee afterwards, so it's trying to spread them out, trying to sugar them, but you're going to be taking a bit of a beating all the same. Really taking down a few of their number. Steel Bowman over here, though. Now, Steel Bowman actually... Oh, that's there's some works. If the Steel Bows could get, like, a good, clean shot on the Snow Trolls, I'd be okay with that. Like, I would take that shot, but, like, yeah, it's always risky. We are pushing them back. The Sentinels are a large part of that, no doubt, but this line, zooming on in, this line is very thin now. Holy smokes, that's a very thin line. Yeah. And it's not enough to withhold, well, not enough to hold back the Warlords of Umbar. Now, the Warlords of Umbar are definitely a Steel Bowman target. But yeah, that's all shattering. Now, this is when you come forward across the bridges, which I am looking like I'm doing now. I don't have that much, though. But I will be moving across the bridges momentarily, by the looks of things. I'm sort of setting my boys up. So I've got the Lumbermen here coming across one bridge. I've got some Elvelyn infantry to come across another. Kildare and River Troll can sort of come across and start volley firing something, but and the Vine Guard too, of course. So I do have some men. If I'm going to come across, I want to come across every single bridge and just really drag as much attention. You see, Oh, doesn't that look so good? Just when you get there, when you get a nice, you know, fly across the combat zone. But yeah, once again, the outnumbered dwarves are just not able to really deal with us. I'm out of ammunition there, so I get my marksman around the back. But once again, I kind of like fuck myself because, like, sure, I'm getting around the back, but I'm just exposing myself to a charge from the hammer guard. I'm tempting his hammer guard out though, so we can shoot them with our crossbows, and that's actually gone okay for us there. But yeah, backstabbing these all these dwarven men there, I'm not going to do too much damage to them with my Avellan marksman, but just being behind them, they're already shaking. You know, Erebor's got great morale because they are dwarves, but they are not Khazad-dûm dwarves, so it's you know, it's different. It is different. Shadow bows out of ammunition, always a great thing to see. So I do keep mentioning we are running out of ammo. I love that. Yeah, there's occasionally just an Arthedain infantryman there with just his face entirely covered when you give him that armor upgrade, which I don't know. It's funny. Just one of these little quirks. But we've almost entirely pushed across the land bridge. Now that is going to lead to them sort of blocking us up here. Oh, good. Numenorian cohort getting slammed by the warlords of Umbar. I am coming across now. My lumbermen up out front, backed up by some Ill-Villain infantry and Kilduin river patrol. Seafarers over there. Whoa, sentinels. Oh, yeah, of course, we've both got sentinels. They've got 2 units of sentinels here. Holy smokes. Okay, that's not going to be fun to break through. Especially if that sort of blocks me up on the passageway across. That's going to be a real rip in peace. But yeah, I felt if my lumbermen get a charge here, right into the face of the Numenorian shield guard, I'll hurt them. No doubt. Like, my lumbermen are going to get massacred there. But, you know, we'll see. Right, so there's 93 of them. How does this charge go for us? Ooh, slamming on down. We getting anybody? No, we're not. But still, we're engaging them. And hopefully we will be able to hurt them over time. But still, it's not really an attempt to push across the bridges. This was, yeah, these guys are out of ammo. They're just holding them in place. Not really an attempt to push across the bridges, per se. It's just to make sure that these guys are locked in place so that when we push down here, we can maybe backstab them. And it means that they can't, you know, it just locks them all so that they can't just all run up that hill. They move at me with these Farazim Sword Masters. I get my Avellan Hammer Guard running on down here now, too. Now, this is the fear. I have my Hammer Guard sprinting across that bridge, but they still have these seal bows. We totally not used any of their ammo. How are they? Oh, Shield Guard, yeah, loving this fight. But I like that. Mixing my Lumbermen up with my Avellan Infantry, it's not going too badly. But the Sword Masters will change that very quickly. Avellan Hammer Guard running over here now. Yeah, as fast as they really can, but we're seeing... No, not yet. They're not lurking their disgusting faces over yet. The poor Kilduin River Patrol did not stand a chance, but it brought them out. That's actually kind of cool. It sort of brought them out of formation a little bit. So I'm going to get a charge in with my Hammer Guard. And we're in. And we should be able to smash some of those guys up, especially since they're sort of walking away from us there. Their AP will be useful, but we both have AP, and we are a much better unit than the Numenorian Shield Guard. So we'll be able to hurt them for sure. Not too many dwarves here now. Halberds, they're broken. Sons of Durin are forward here now. But up against this real attack. And also the guildsmen are there. So that's something. Oh, we've actually even got some Dunland help here too. As their mounted crossbowmen are firing over our lines. That's great, you know, always use your stuff wherever you think it'll be most effective. Even if it does not personally help you. You know, I'm a massive fan of that. Like, a lot of the time you just kind of see great opportunities to use your tools, but you don't because, just like, oh, it doesn't help me. Oh, damn, I do now have shadow bows breaking at 33, but I don't really blame them. There's a lot of nasties in front of them. But we do see up there now, opening fire, or preparing to open fire, are the steel bowmen. Ah, crumbs, right. So they're actually getting back shots against me. I was hoping that they were primarily getting left side shots. But if you see this, a lot of my guys are getting shot in the back by these steel bowmen. And, ooh. Oh no. I think that's left. I think that's hitting their left side. So at least I am getting my shield to help me. But the problem is my general's right there. And, yeah, he's already bloodied. So that's not fun to see. And he's getting shot in the back there too, goddamn. But yeah, Lumbermen still cracking away. The Farazim Swordmasters are going to be too much for them to deal with. But if I can weaken the Farazim Swordmasters, that's all I need. Merquindi bows in the back here. Yeah, that's my general down. Just shot down by steel bowmen. Yeah. Ugh. He can take a few arrows, but he can't take that many. Glade Guard hiding here, just waiting for a good opportunity to go sprinting across that bridge. To be honest, I think that opportunity is now. I got the Vine Guard across. Yeah, I think they ran down this side, and there just wasn't anything to fight them. So I need my Glade Guard coming on down. I don't know why I'm not. Damn, the Steel Bowmen are still firing. I'm down to 31 Hammer Guard, and a lot of those Hammer Guard have probably lost their second hit point. They're just sort of mincing their way through these Shield Guard, but the Shield Guard just need to hold them in place. That's all the Shield Guard need to do. And this mess of Elvillain and Lumbermen are just doing the best they can, really. That's all you can ask from them. Oh, coming on back. And yep, looking. Oh, come on, just peek over the cliff. It's almost perfect. Another sort of charge outward. We have the Ironfoot Pikes alongside, yeah, more Ironfoot Pikes, outranging the Flag Rim, while it looks like the Sons of Durin are still standing in our way. Shadow Guard falling back. Do I still have any troops over here? No, maybe, yeah. Got some Merquindi Pikes there, just waiting for an opportunity. I should probably move them on up. There's no real threat to them. But that's all I really have on this side of the battlefield still. I've still got some scraps of my Elvillain infantrymen, but that's really it. We're starting to get to the point where it is just Ellipsis on here, and he's still got a good force anyway. The Dunlanding Riders of Orthanc are around though, so they can give him some aid. What are we at? 51 for 59, that's pretty good. So at this point we're still ahead. But as I say, the enemy still do have some ranged units to spend on us. We do not. Get my Glade Guard in here. Just get into the side of their sentinels, start tearing them apart. As I really wish I'd sent them in just a little bit earlier. But they're in here now, and they're breaking up this very skilled phalanx unit. And thank the Lord for those Warlords of Umbar. Kind of risky charge though into the back of those Shield Guard. But all the while the Steel Bows are out of ammo now. They're not. Steel Bows still have ammo. God damn. But yeah. Oh, Warlords of Umbar up against the Dunedain Mounted Company, or Dunedain Mounted Company. They will lose that. Yeah, poor Warlords. Oh, that's where the General is for Arthedain. Yeah, they'll do their best, but they'll kill through quite a few of these, but they're sort of trapped in there. I really wish I'd get my Hammer Guard to back them up, but it's just going to take a minute. They pull the Farazim Swordmasters out of that fight, but they've already sort of done their damage. I don't think I'm going to be able to salvage this. Still quite a few Lumbermen, though. Good. We've dropped, I think, yeah, that's Arthedain's General. Yes, yeah, he's dropped there. And, whoa, jeepers sake, those Warlords of Umbar are still around. How the hell did... What just happened there? Ooh, I guess he pulled them out to just run away from my Villain Vine Guard. But yeah, Villain Vine Guard now go toe-to-toe with the Farazim Swordmasters. Main reason for that, I did not want the Swordmasters to get away. I wanted to just lock the Swordmasters in place so that we could wipe this area clean and then we could butcher them right here, right now. I did not want them to escape and run up to some hilltop to be killed later, where they've really got a nice solid defensive line. Oh, they are pushing past me though, as my Merquindi Pikes come on forward. And my Hammer Guard too. Now my Hammer Guard are really the only unit that I could possibly fight them with, but that many Farazim Swordmasters, not a chance. We really are relying on our Warlords of Umbar to maybe get a successful charge against them. That would most certainly fix the situation. Sapphire Bladesmen running on back. They've still got their jabs in hand, which is a frightening concept at this late stage in the game. Crossbowmen totally out though. Glade Masters. This is a good little push from Cotton. You could argue it's sort of effectiveness, but it is gaining ground on us. My Glade Guard are really struggling up against those pikes and spears. Sorry, these are just Ironfoot crossbows and spears. Really something that you'd think the Glade Guard would do quite nicely against, but even the Glade Masters are really struggling. I think I'm getting shot at, yeah, Blacklock Engineers, that's exactly the case. That's why we fell back. Blacklock Engineers popped up and they rattled shots into my Glade Masters. I was like, nope, let's get out of there. So I am running off from that. Do not want them to get shot up. Glade Guard, not many Glade Guard, and it's a very messy fight. So if they want to shoot at my Glade Guard, okay, you can have at it. You'll shoot your own boys in the back now and again too. So we're flooding on in at this side though. We've totally taken them over. Still some Farazim Swordmasters remaining, but the bulk of the unit did escape. I've actually nice little duel between a Vine Guard man and a Swordmaster. Not really one that he'll win, but it looks like the Swordmaster is still trying to sort of escape with the rest of his unit. And so he's just taking stab after stab after stab there, not really fighting back. Steel, oh yeah, shield guard there, still holding back this attack. I was chuffed with just how stubborn those guys were. Oh damn, there's still some sword masters in amongst that mob too. But axe guard charging in the back. I actually got my Merquindi bows. They still had ammo, and I was trying to shoot these Numenorians in the back. It's going okay. Am I any shot friendly fire though? Especially if it hits the lumbermen. Those lumbermen are out of there. So I could maybe use the Balkan axe guard, just coming in, fixing it for me, and then I'll join them with my Merquindi bows and melee. But either or, it's gonna work out okay. Are we seeing a dead? Oh, we're seeing a dead. I don't think it happened there. Oh, this could have been the Vine Guardsman that was holding back that Farsam Swordmaster. Oh, great. We did kill the Numenorian king himself there, or the Numenorian general, I should say. Yep, Sentinels are still in a decent condition. Still 64 of them. Do they have anything remaining up on this hilltop? No, this hilltop has been left barren. Along here, oh, the Drake Broodlings sprinting on through, throwing around the Black Wolves of Gothmog. Bane Guards sprinting on in, just trying to stop them from really gathering up a force. They're the Farsam Swordmasters. 38 of them have made it out. Hopefully there is a bit of hit point damage to them though. Are they going to hide in a building though? It's kind of risky. I'd prefer them just fight with the team. Yep, dwarves, Cotton's dwarves are running on over this way. This is Obsidian Guard, Highborns, and the Dragon Slayers. So 3 very powerful dwarven elite units. Now the problem is, they've got to run up to that hill. Are they going to make it? The Warlords of Umbar there, none of these units are spearmen. They're good, but they're not spearmen. So a few charges from the Warlords of Umbar would drop them quite quickly. Gothmog could maybe be running up here, preparing to block them. But he's sort of heading over to this side. Looks like he's sort of moving to sort of block up. Oh no, we've broken through there. Riders of Orthanc are free as well. They've used up their jabs, but they can still do some charging. Yeah, Warlords of Umbar have stopped them. Ooh, it looks like they sort of ran into them, didn't really charge them. But the dwarves did the same. They could have really butchered them there, but they were just sort of receiving run orders. Gothmog standing in their way with Bane Guard, at least their AP. And coming in from this side too, more Bane Guard. Just ready to really trap the dwarves. Charge coming in, right into the Obsidian Guard. Ooh, that was not perfect positioning, boys. But they slipped on by. Bane Guard, yep, stopping them and swallowing them up from one side. Still, these are 3 elite dwarven units. They're not going to go down easy, but if we can stop them from gathering up alongside their allies on this hilltop, then that might be just what we need. One Bane Guard here, he's kind of just following the original orders. He wants to just get in that castle. No, he's turned around, he's coming back. Big ol' axe, he's just getting ready for a charge against those dwarves. Oh, the Hammer Guard is still alive too. Where am I? Do I have anything left here? Not in this area. No, but I'm coming. I'm on my way, I swear. Vine Guard, yeah, Vine Guard are coming on up. Ready to kill off those Hammer Guard. Some more Bane Guard going on walkabouts. I think this is the same guy, to be honest. Oh dear. Oh no, my boy. Ah, damn. Yeah, no. He died real quick. But hey, it's a Hammer Guard. You're going to go down real quick to Hammer Guards. Trosha Axe Throwers in the back. These 3 elite dwarven units, as I say, just getting thrown about by the Drake Broodlings too. And just numbers swarming on it. Sorry, Black Wolves, nice little dwarf killing unit for sure. And well, all of the armies here today on the defense do rely on armor in some way or another. Now, what do they still have on this hilltop then? Men at arms, peacekeepers, might even be armored up. The trebuchet, don't think it's got much ammo though. Dismounted Forest Era Knights, dismounted Knights of Numinous. And further up the hill, steel bows, still with their bows in hand, so they might have some ammo. And then the Farsam Swordmasters. Bloodied and bruised, but still Farsam Swordmasters. Not a lot. What have they still got in percentage-wise? We've got them on the ropes, most certainly. This is a very steep hill to climb. And a lot of this power relies on units like the Drake Broodlings, who might be about to get massacred. And, of course, these dwarves, if anybody can sort of survive a situation like this, it's the dwarves. Now, we are breaking them in a rather efficient fashion, still throwing Snaga Skirmisher volleys into them, but they're going to be slicing through a lot of us now. Oh, I like this shield. It's nice. I like these sort of simple, yeah, like the simple aesthetic of the Dunlanding veterans is really cool to me. Good. We have finally brought down Cotton himself on the field. Glade Masters there, bloodied and bruised from their shots, well, their hits from the Blacklock Engineers. Villain Infantrymen moving up, some Flygrims still alive. I cannot really tell if they still have any of their... Do they throw knives or do they still throw Naphatun? I think they throw knives. I think we took away their Naphatun. But either way, menacing all the same. Just getting chavs in there from above, the snag of skirmishers surrounding these dwarves. You know, we've got the ammunition to spend. I've even got my hammer guard in there to try and kill off some of these dwarves with their AP. And yeah, just smash them. But we're not letting that slow us down. We want to keep pressuring this line. We want to keep pushing up. The Drake Broodling's actually chomping away quite efficiently into the men-at-arms. That's good to see. Riders of Orthanc, though, they might not last too well. But yeah, Peacekeepers stand their ground there. This is where you want to hold. If you've still got ammunition with your Treb, you want to be holding exactly where the Peacekeepers are so that you can just pour shots right into here, which is where you'll do the damage. But, yeah, these men-at-arms seem to have been forgotten about, poor boys. Stack of skirmishers running on up, out of ammunition. Just kind of there to hold their focus, really. That's all. The Spears of Orthanc standing their ground there. I think that's a cat at the door. I'm going to try and just chill out. Hopefully the cat will relax and be able to just chill for about 10 minutes until I'm finished the recording. But this is not the nature of my cats. Still some Highborns of Erebor surrounded by the Black Wolves there and the Dunlanding veterans, taking them out quite quickly. Marquindi Pikes standing by. Glade Masters there, moving on up. Ooh, I really like the sort of the backs of the helmets of the Glade Masters. Never really looked at that. I think the Hammer Guards really sort of take the focus when it comes to the elite infantry of Dorwinion, that you just kind of look past the Glade Masters sometimes, even though I take them to every fight. I do like my elite infantry units. No matter what army I am, I tend to grab a lot of elite infantry units. Usually all of them, with the exception of the dwarves, but that's because the dwarves have a lot of elite infantry units. Spears of Orthanc can't really get a target, unfortunately. Still, good enough in a melee engagement, so, you know, they're happy enough with that. Drummers hammering away. Glade Guard, I think my Glade Guard just running on forward, just getting stuck into the front line as we pour shots into the Peacekeepers. Right, yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, so he racked up some solid kills there against the Snaga. But the problem is, like, and even, yeah, there's some other units that were hiding. It was like 2 units of Snaga. Okay, that makes sense. He did, like, rack up probably about 30 Snaga kills there with that shot. Still, that was kind of something we weren't too sure about. We didn't really agree with that hit. But, the fact that there were 2 units there, I understand that. But unless you think you're going to be able to break them, then I just don't see the need to do that at this stage. Because our hard throwing units, we don't have much ammunition with them. We're very low on ammo. Glade Guard there, going toe-to-toe with Knights of Numenor now, and the Dunland Peacekeepers. Yeah, they're the only guys on the front line, really. They're not going to last too long. So Riders of Orthanc just kind of getting the best final use. Their AP and melee with those maces, quite similar to the Arthedain nobles. I love the Arthedain nobles, but I don't really take them when I play Root Hour anymore. I like my I like the Colfon Maidens. Just they do what I need to do. And unless the enemy's got like wargs or something, then yeah, or knights, then they're a bit outmatched. But all I need them to do is hold the enemy in place while my infantry ends up killing the horsemen. So that's all it takes. Zooming on, yeah, okay, yeah, the map's at the correct sort of level there, as we've just got the swarm of wildmen just coming in to take some losses for us, wear down the Northmen. Dunland Rangers there coming on into melee. They'll do not too bad up against the sort of quality of forces against them. These Sentinels are their effectiveness is definitely limited because of that jump in terrain. They're really not going to be able to stab over the top of through each other very well, just because of the height differences. Forestera Knights coming forward. Fires some Swordmasters there, just standing by, but it's always risky, because if we just are able to arc something perfectly... Another shot. Oh, yeah, right, okay. So that was into the Spears of Orthanc. Now, they're a 2 hit point unit. Again, you could argue, like, is that a good target or not? Well, I guess they just can't hit this blob. If they could hit that blob, they would be. Oh, God, that shot right through us. Right down the line off the crossbows. That killed a lot of them. And it's very possible that you end up breaking a unit like that, even with the drummers right next to it. Like, they went to shaken. No, sorry, they went to wavering. Just there from that one hit. This is a very similar to hit to, well, similar sort of situation as I was suffering up against that catapult in the Helm's Deep fight recently. I had my heavy goblin crossbows just getting shot right on down by that catapult. So no, it's if you can break them, awesome. If not, maybe not. Harbingers of Castamere coming on forward. I'd maybe rerunning them if I was Duran, because we've seen that this area has just been a killing field for that trebuchet. They're pulling the trebuchet back now, though. And I don't know. I'm not good with Artie. I don't know where I put it. Can you get it? Oh no, you can't get it there. No, man. I don't really know where you've put it. Steel bows, though, we're seeing them opening up. Harbingers of Castamere, perfect target. For sure. Is that what we are hitting? Looks... No. We're sort of going into, like... Just going into the blob, really. I think he's just wanting to try and lessen the load. I think I was AFK. Genuinely. I think I went to go make a cup of tea. That's what happened right now. That's why my boys are not really moving. Just for now. I think I just sort of set up and I was like, I'll be back. Be back in a minute, boys. But... he could kind of trap me. I don't know if you'd want to. Merquindi Pikes, maybe? You don't... Nah. Like, at this point, you're relying on, like, a Hail Mary hit. Oh, that's such a thick blob. Oh, I kind of want this to see this get hit. Just because how many gobos would just burn. They're just so tightly packed together. Jesus criminy. Yeah, like, when this gets there... even though they don't have a mass, they don't have very much mass, that's still so many spearmen and shield. That's two full, well, not full, quite far from it, but two pretty beefy units of heavy goblin spears. Just landing their mass against the front line, they will shunt right on through. Goblin King bodyguard there, good AP. Only half the enemy force remains. I think the announcer's confused there. Could be Arthedain. Could be, but like I doubt it. Yeah, I really doubt it. Oh, we've got a break. Oh, yeah, we do. That's a decent sized break. A lot of Dunlanding veterans getting out of there. Farsam Sword Masters coming into the front lines now. Yeah, Dunland Rangers. And again, a bit of a grind. We'll go up to 2 times speed just while we're battering into each other. I do like the Black Wolves. I don't use Black Wolves too much when I play as Rude Hour, but no, they're fun. In sieges, no. In sieges, and when I know I'm fighting a dwarf, I'll take Black Wolves. Just because they're solid for that situation. You really just crack into people with those massive stone axes. We're seeing, wow, Riders of Orthanc, well, one of them busting on through there. Oh, so did the Snow Trolls. Sorry, we missed that. Snow Trolls getting in amongst the Trebuchet crew. 4 of them. You only need to kill 2 more, and that Treb's gone. They might slip around. But yeah, if 2 men can't use a Trebuchet, 3 men can, but 2 cannot. So. But even just then, they've got it trapped, and these steel bowmen will kill those snow trolls. But for the time being, that trebuchet can't do anything, which is great for us. I do realize I really like to have just one single siege weapon. Like, it means you can do a lot more stuff with it. Like, you could probably position it in a few different places now that you've only got one trebuchet to deal with. This is, I guess, something that is a letdown with the trebuchet because they're such massive weapons. You can't fit them as snugly into various spots as you can with a catapult. Yeah, perhaps that's an issue with them. But we're coming forward now. Blackback Mountain Berserkers and this spear line. No, Camel's Chosen. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Dear me. Yeah, so this is a surprise to me. But no, so they bust on in. You can see it's not an explosive push as you get with like a massive high mass unit. We're not throwing these guys around as they push in, but it's a slow grind. Well, not even a grind. It's a slow just slide push, and that's gaining ground quite significantly. AP stabs from those heavy goblin spears, breaking Arthedain rangers. They're part of that. Forced Errand Knights too. They're not happy about seeing the break next to them. Steel bows aren't going to last too much longer. I think it's really going to come down to the Fires and Sword Masters very shortly. The Trebuchet crew, damn, that's a shame. Only 2 Trebuchet guys left, trying their best to move that around, but it's glitched up, and there's only 2 of them. They can't use it. I think he's realised that. He's just detached them and he's sending them on in now. They're not going to be able to kill a Harbinger Castamere. It matters what they were fighting. If they went off to go and fight the heavy goblins, maybe they could kill the 2 of them. Could kill a heavy goblin spearman, but not this. This is not Silmarillion Total War where your artillery crews are actual skilled fighters. Dismounted Knights of Numenor. Oh yeah, no, surely. Yes, that's me back. Merconi Pikes, and I think I tried to run my my Hammer Guard up in order to go toe-to-toe with those Fires and Sword Masters again. I really wanted to kill them. Or the Dismounted Knights of Numenor. I'm happy with either. I got my Glade Guard there, got the drummers behind us. It's just a good time. It's a good time all around, boys. Drummers hammering there. Spearmen just pushing up to like claim this hilltop. But no, let's just settle here, I think. Good little fight. Sorry about that. It's over 70%, so it was pretty damn close. There's a lot of newer players on the defense there, as like people can see. The problem with doing a lot of these battles that I haven't played, well, like I played them a really long time ago, I can't quite remember how they ended. So this is normal. This is probably a battle that I normally wouldn't have shown, because it's very much on the borderline of like how close I like my battles to be. But I was about midway through before I realised that. So it was still a lot of fun. I hope everybody did enjoy it. But yeah, it's the way it be sometimes, I suppose. And I like Dorwinion. I don't play as Dorwinion too much. I like the idea of an evil Dorwinion. It's kind of or like at least a Dorwinion that is a self-serving Dorwinion. That's kind of what I was going for here. I like the idea of like this dark elf with their men that work alongside them. Just basically seeing the issues in the near future and deciding to turn against the dwarves and these Numenorian descent. Oh god, that's a bit. I've never really looked at that attack animation from behind. It's a bit strange from that Drake Broodling, but yeah, still was pretty good. We got 74%, so that's pretty solid for like. I was worried about the amount of melee we had. I'm just moving up to try and claim the peaks too. I was worried, sorry, not melee, I was worried about the amount of ranged we had. I didn't think we had enough melee to get the job done. Yeah, Hammer Guard there doing okay, considering how much damage the poor Hammer Guard took from those steel bows. That was stupid of me to expose them to that. Probably should have just had the Hammer Guard come around the land bridge side and just, you know, use my infantry on the main side. Infantry there, not bad. 40 is pretty good. 15, you really want more than 15, but up against dwarves, you're never really going to do too great. Then Glade Guard there, okay, 79. Really would want more than 45 though. Only 7 for the Lumbermen, but you gotta keep in mind the quality of troops that they were fighting. They were going up against like Shield Guard, and they were slamming them right from the front. So you know, it's okay. I like the mixture of them alongside the Elven infantry. That was a cool battle formation that I quite enjoyed using. One of my Merquenny Pikes just stayed out of the fight. One of them did get 15 kills, but lost 30 guys. Ouch. River Patrol 88 for them, that's okay. 42 for them, not so hot, but I think they were probably just raining hell into dwarves. Even with that AP, those dwarves are going to shrug off that damage quite nicely. And then marksmen there, you're never going to get great kills with your Mullen marksmen. They're made to be sturdy and to take shots really. And then one of my Merquenny bows is okay. 66. Yeah, they got shot up pretty bad, but yeah, they were still alive at the end, I'm pretty sure, hopefully. Ellipsis there, doing very nicely on that Valley of Death side, generally by himself. Like I was only really throwing stuff in where I felt he could benefit a little bit from, but he was calling the shots there, and I was just trying to help him out. So he did very well. Rhun is a nice counter to the dwarves. I usually feel, so much AP on the cards, so you're able to really mince into dwarves. Always a tough fight for the dwarves, I feel, when that's the case. Duran there, yeah, good elite boys for us. Always Dark Numenorians are a pleasure to have in these sorts of confrontations. No Corsair like crossbows or anything. Like Joran really constructed his army quite similar to like how I do it. I usually would take more Belagar units. Oh, that's my cat running out of my room, so I'll speed super fast. I think he was sleeping under the bed. That's why I didn't see him. So that's the other cat. Got one cat outside once in, one cat inside that wants out tearing me. Gothmog there. Risky choice taking Dunland, but we benefited from the numbers. As you can see, they had more numbers than the bloody Gobbles did. So we really, we were grateful for that. And I guess that was a lot of our infantry swarm was just the Dunlanding veterans and such, so that was great. There were no Dunlanding clansmen though, interesting. Then Son of the Dunedain, yeah, great. Or Dunedain, yeah, did very nice. Had a lot of boys left at the end of that too. Marshall, probably all the boys there. I would say just, like, they were quite new players. Like, Torbjorn's been around a while now, but at the time that we played this battle, Torbjorn was still quite new. I really think, like, Cotton needed some support. He needed some range. He needed some archers to really come over and help him out. So that could have maybe fixed some things. But in general, yeah, it was just, you know, we had a lot. Like, myself, Joran, Son, Gothmog's been around, and Ellipsis has been around for quite a while too. So, yep, okay, he's getting pretty intense now. So, right, I'll see you. Thank you guys very much. Yeah, bye.